Supply and demand is a very important smart money concept. It's similar to trading order blocks, only price is selling or buying from these areas multiple times, making them a supply and demand zone. Here's US30 on the 15-minute time frame. So guys, when it comes to downtrends, we want to be making sure that we are primarily focused on supply zones, right? Areas that smart money has chosen to sell from. So we're going to have larger supply zones, and then we're going to have smaller areas of supply. And as I stated, when we're looking for selling opportunities, we want to really focus on the supply, right? So in this example here, right, rather than looking for an OB, I'm simply looking at this supply zone that we got multiple touches from to continue to sell down from. And as I stated, this is the 15-minute time frame. You should definitely subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on any new content. So it looks like price started to accumulate back up into this area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this out, and I have the idea to sell from this area once price comes back to this supply zone again. And of course, guys, my target could be this previous low here or the low after. So the idea is that once price climbs back into this supply zone, if everything looks good, I'll sell from this area. We want to make sure we're sticking to the minimum of 3 to 1. This looks like a 6. If I feel good about it, I'll maybe trade down to this area, but I'll keep it there. And let's just see how this plays out once price climbs back into that supply zone. Okay, let's move that out. Okay, guys, so price did in fact reach back into the supply zone up here. Looks like it grabbed some buy side liquidity first, then it reached back into that area, and then it hit the first TP, which is right down here. Now, this is where you can absolutely exit a trade. But guys, I do want to show you the difference between these supply zones. So within your supply zones, you are going to find smaller areas of supply, but be careful when you're trading in between these areas, guys, because they can be in fact targets for internal liquidity, meaning that price would more than likely come up above this small supply zone to reach back into this one. So sometimes we're not looking for order blocks, we're simply looking for supply zones. What makes an area a supply? Well, when we have multiple touches to this particular area, then it becomes a supply zone. And we also have to understand internal liquidity. I'm going to go ahead and make that gray. This is a supply zone underneath a major supply zone. And if you were to take a trade from this area here, it would have to be very short-lived, meaning you should only be targeting the nearest low. Nothing lower than that. Maybe here, but after that, you have to understand that it's time to exit the trade because it will turn around and reverse on you. And this trade would not be a trade that I would take anyway because it's not at least a 3 to 1. And this one would be a bit of a risk, right? But it looks like it did go down and touch it. No, it did not. Nope, it did not go back down to this low until it came up above this area. You would have been stopped out. So these are really risky trades. Avoid being a part of internal liquidity there. And that is an example of supply, right? On US30, let's go ahead and search for some demand opportunities. So guys, in this example, we have what it appears to be an uptrend, right? So I did notice that the market was using this area for demand, right? We have several touches to this area, just as we showed with the supply zone. We have several touches to this area, even points where we wiped out the internal, right? The little demand zone in between this demand zone was wiped out here. So my idea is that if we come back into this area, right, of demand here, I could take this trade to the nearest high, right? So let's go ahead and see how this plays out. Okay, price comes into this area, and this trade worked out perfectly, guys, because we were looking for demand zones and an uptrend. So guys, what I like to see is that when we are having a particular trend, we're making higher highs, higher lows, right? I like to see the market come back, give me a bit of a discount so that I can continue up, whether it's a demand zone or an order block. I like to wait for price to pull back so that I can continue with the trend rather than trading against the trend, right? So when you understand what's happening on the higher time frame, if we are making higher highs, higher lows, and we just happen to be giving a small retracement, if you did not know that on a smaller time frame, you'd be looking for sells to possibly take the market down further than what it actually wants to go to. So guys, I hope that this supply and demand lesson was really helpful for you. Go into your charts and practice and look for your supply and demand zones. It doesn't matter what you are trading. Thanks for watching.